Hello, this is the Trade Ideas Market Recap for Tuesday, March the 25th. My name is Barry Anderson, and I'm the moderator of the Trade Ideas Trading Room. This is the address to get into the room, and you can log in as a guest, or you can use your Facebook or your Twitter account to log in. Well, let's get right to the charts. And for me, anyway, today was a lot more exciting, a lot more happening, a lot more, especially at the end of the day. I'm going to talk about three stocks that came up on the radar at the end of the day that were high flyers a couple of weeks ago, and looks like they're catching fire again today. But first, let's go over the trades that I took and posted in the room. Now, actually, AMX, I didn't actually post in the room. I did take this a little earlier. This was a loss. This came on one of my bounce plays. I watched the stock come down, watched it come down through 20. And then when it popped back up through 20, I decided to take the trade right here at 2007, and I stopped myself out at 2001. I, I just didn't. Once it looked like it was going to go back down through 20 again, I just decided to take myself out for a small loss. Now, one of the reasons I did take the trade, though, is when I took a look at the daily chart, and yes, it's sort of a downtrend, obviously from here down to here, but over the last few days, we've had an uptrend, and we had a very nice day yesterday, and it looked like it was going to take out all this. In fact, it did take out all this. And even though it started off poorly today, I thought there was a chance that if it popped back up through 20 like it did, that it might have a 30 or 40 cent run in it. But anyway, it didn't, so I just moved on. Now the next trade was EXH. Now this was a really nice trade. Could have been better if I'd held on, but I'll get to that in a minute. This came on my 20-day high is near top list. So basically, again, if you've been following my video blogs at all, you know I have this top list. There are other filters involved, but basically the trigger is when the stock goes above its 20-day high. And EXH's 20-day high was a 42.21. Now, it happened right here the first time, but you notice how choppy this was at the beginning. And so I backed off. I didn't take the trade here. I watched it come back down, up and down, chop, and I finally ended up taking the trade here. I decided that maybe this was a good enough uptrend right now. And so I took the trade here. And again, these are 2-minute candles, and you can see what happened. I mean, in the space of 6 minutes, the stock exploded up to this level here. When it went on this particular candle, I took half at 42.59 and went up. And then as it came back down, I took the other half out. I think actually it was 42.58. Now, one of these days in this blog, I'm going to say that I held on, and I was able to hold on almost to the end. And because look what happened. I mean, it ended up at 43.40. And I guess I'm going to really have to start watching the daily a lot better on these. Again, I keep saying this is kind of a work in progress, but when I look at the daily on this, there was nothing above it, no resistance on the chart anyway. So probably some of these I might have to just keep at peace and hold for a lot longer, because tremendous gains can be had if you can do that. But again, I look at this and that this is a trade in which what is it? I mean, 32 cents in 6 minutes on a $42 stock. It's not bad risk reward if you amortize that over a year. So, at any rate, I was out of that one. The next one was Disney. Now, Disney actually came from the reverse of the 20-day high is near. This is the 20-day low is near, and Disney, the trigger was at 78.85. Now, I actually took a short on this. This is a short play. And again, the trigger was at 78.85. And I actually got in at 78.76. And this is a short, and I sold out at 78.62. When I saw this red candle here on the tail, and then the next one had the same sort of a tail, I decided to bail because it looked like it was the exhaustion selling was over. Now, just very quickly, the reason I didn't take it at because the trigger actually was 78.85, but when I looked at the daily chart, I could see that 78.80 also was there was some good resistance right there, or support right there. So I decided I wanted to wait for it to break 78.80, and so that's why I didn't take it on the right at the break of 78.85. I waited a bit, and So, even though it broke the 20-day high, I can't be ridiculous and look at and not look at the daily chart and see that, the 21-day low, sorry, the 21-day low I meant, that the 21-day low is just a couple of cents away. Well, I have to be aware of that. And so that's what I did, and that's why I didn't take it right at the 78.85 level. Now, I don't know why I'm putting this away, because then we ended up trading Disney again. Because again, as I've said, just because I'm out of a stock, I do like to keep watching this. And the minute that Disney broke above, I think I think 79.50, I believe 79.50 was the even for Disney on the day. So it tried to go above the even right here, and it broke down again. But the minute it got, this actually is wrong, because I actually got in at 79.54. I should move that to there. There you go. And I took the trade at this level right here at this time. I think it was 220. Yeah, at 220. I watched it go up, came down, and then the minute it held this level, because I think, again, this was the break even. When I say break even, I'm talking about this was slightly over yesterday's close. So I took the trade at 79.54, and I peeled off half at 79.76 and watch it go up, and then I took out the rest at 79.80. So not a bad little trade, actually. I had a tight stop because I put the stop, I think I had a 5 or 6 cent stop on it. So we're talking 22 cents here and 26 cents here on a 5 or 6 cent stop. So that was a great risk reward. And that's it. Those were the trades that I took today. Now, what I want to point out to you, though, is plug. This is what I was talking about yesterday. Now, in the room, one of our posters alerted us to plug probably in this level here. Now, I unfortunately did not get in, and but I know some did, and I don't know how much they. I think the one poster took about 80 odd cents out of it, but you can see that plug now looks like it's starting to. Maybe have a bit of a recovery. If you traded plug at all, and this is actually one that I held. I don't usually hold stocks overnight, but I remember holding it from a Friday to a Monday morning, and did very well on it. I think it was in this level. But you can see it had its high up here, and then the big crash. A report came out basically calling it a bunch of nonsense, that the stock was worth 50 cents, and so it freaked a lot of people out. But it seemed to have found a level here, and I think today, I don't know how true this is, or even if the CEO should be saying things like this, but he basically said that to expect a big order in the next few weeks. And so when that happened, the stock shot up, and you can see that Ballard did virtually the same thing. Now, it didn't have as strong I'm sorry, this is the daily. It did have a strong close. Let's get the daily on. So you can see it had a strong close also. And again, here's its daily. Looks a lot like plug. The reason is that Ballard supplies the fuel cells to plug. Okay, plug doesn't make them, but I guess plug has orders for I don't know if they're I think they're forklifts or something like that, which will use the Ballard cells in the forklifts, and they've got some deals with Walmart and other companies. So Ballard, as I said in the room, to me seems like a better play, only because they have other revenue streams other than just supplying fuel cells to plug. But who knows? Plug certainly was the one that everybody wanted a couple of weeks ago. And the other one to talk about is fuel cell. Same thing. Same industry. I don't believe there's any connection with Plug and Ballard in this. If there is, I apologize, but it's in the same fuel cell industry, and you can see the same thing happen to it in terms of the daily. The big spike, the drop, and now it looks like the recovery. So tomorrow, absolutely, we should all be watching those three stocks: Plug, PLUG, BLDP, and FCEL. So that's it for today. Let's get back to the covering letter just to show you how to get back into the room. Here's the address to get back into the room. Hope to see you in there tomorrow. Should be an exciting day, especially if Plug and the other two have some follow through. But if not, there's always seems to be something to trade. So come on into the room, and good trading tomorrow.